In today's tutorial, I'll show you how I doodle kids and babies as we create this family portrait illustration. Welcome back. My name is Shayda Campbell, and when I started illustrating people on the channel, got lots of questions about babies and kids. And I'm having a baby, like really soon. So today we're going to illustrate Sully, that's my almost 5-year-old, and his little baby sister. Okay, for babies, we always want to keep the face shape super round. And honestly, for kids, especially toddlers, we also want to keep the face shape round. We'll just go slightly larger. You're going to do a grid right through the center. Eyes go on that horizontal line, as do the ears. You can still do a little L shape for the nose for most kids, or a little upside down U, and then a smile line. Now for the baby, we'll put that grid through the center. For the eyes, I like to do just little semicircles, and same thing for the nose, and then maybe a little O shape for the mouth. Of course, you can just do a smile line. And I drew Sully's neck, you'll notice, but for the baby, it's just a couple lines to kind of indicate a little cute double chin. So baby does not need a long neck. And then for this cute little baby, we're going to just draw kind of a blanket, like a little swaddle around her. I'm going to erase some of the extra sketchy lines on Sully, and we'll just make sure that we are actually ready to put our watercolor on top. For hair, he has curly hair, so we're just going to do a bunch of scribbly curly lines. And for straight hair, it's kind of the same thing, where you just put straight lines, sort of flowing into the hairstyle that you want to achieve. Now, I'm not going to get fully into drawing adults. I do have other videos on that. And of course, I have a very comprehensive e-course all about how to illustrate people in this simple style. I'm really proud of the e-course. And right now, I've put it on sale. You can use code MATLEAVE2026, not 25, MATLEAVE 2026 to save 30% on the e-course. If you want to see how I approach a lot of different people, there's also a Patreon video this week where I did a whole sketchbook page, kind of like a messy warm-up featuring all these different folks. Go check that out. It's just $3 a month to become a patron and get weekly bonus content, including videos. With my pencil sketch in place, I am going to grab a black fine liner. All of my supplies are linked in the video description. Same thing in my Amazon shop. They're all linked there. And we are just going to go over the sketch with our black pen, still creating kind of a sketchy look. So I typically will start with the dots for eyes, the L-shaped nose, all that stuff. But when it comes to the baby's swaddle or Sully's t-shirt, I'm letting the lines be a little bit broken, a little sketchy. Same thing with the hair. It's just going to be this mess of scribbles, and I put a little scribbly curly hair on the very top of the baby's head as well. So remember, dots for eyes, L-shaped nose. For adults, you can use just a line for the smile or draw some little lips. One thing I highly recommend, and we cover this in the e-course, is when you're drawing a family, when you're doing an illustration like this one, you want to put at least one person on an angle. So you can see that Mama, I'm not viewed straight on the way Sully and Chris are sort of facing the viewer. I'm on a bit of a 3/4 angle, and that is just going to make your illustration look so much more lively and dynamic if not everybody is kind of staring straight out from the page. There's nothing wrong with doing it that way if that's where you're starting. But as you get into this and sort of grow into the process of illustrating people, you're definitely going to want to have them on a little bit of an angle. So that's covered in the e-course. And gosh, these family illustrations, can I just tell you, wouldn't this be such a great business? I give you permission to steal my business idea. I get so many requests for commissions and I simply can't take them on because of the YouTube and Instagram content, Patreon. I just wrote a book. I'm a busy gal. So I would love to see one of you being like, I did a family portrait business and it's going so well, because I've seen how much people resonate with these cute little doodle portraits. Anywho, once you're happy with the fine liner sketch, erase all of the pencil lines. You do not want to paint over them, and then go over and connect any little black pen bits that need connecting or that still need to be drawn in. You can put the family name in at this time. I think that looks cute. These also make great greeting cards. And then we're going to grab our paint set and add some color. Now, I am using the Shayda Campbell watercolor set from Aquafine, and it is available in my Amazon shop. I'm also going to link it in the description. Since I have very pale skin, that's what I've mixed up here. And this is a mix of Naples yellow and white. You could also use a bit of peach pink, but that's what we're going to use. Lots of water, of course, as well. And we'll get that baby's double chin. In the e-course, we go over all the many different skin tones and colors. So that is covered in the course, but just not in this video. Now, for someone with a beard, you might want to have a little paper towel handy and just lift a little color while the skin pigment is still wet. Lift it where the beard will eventually sit. Then come in with a slightly darker, more concentrated skin color. Whatever color you've used for the skin, just darken it slightly and add a little bit of shading. A little shading on the neck goes a long way to just differentiate between what is neck and what is face. From there, we're going to grab a little burnt umber. That gives us a nice brown hair color. And then for a blonde hair color, I like to use Naples yellow, maybe like a little bit of white. Try a little cadmium yellow in there. And if it looks too yellow, you can always add like a hint of burnt umber. It just depends what sort of color of blonde hair the person has that you are illustrating. So let's take that nice watery burnt umber. You can see it's nice and transparent. It's not like a super heavy pigmented paint. And I'm going to use my little number 6 round brush to basically color in Chris's hair and his beard. We want to leave a little negative space in the hair. There should be little highlights. It'll just help it appear a little more lively and just not like this dead thing. We want the hair to look fun and free and like it's maybe almost even in motion. Same thing you can see me doing to my hair. I've got this dark blonde color, and I'm just doing dots and dabs and brush marks and leaving some negative space so that the hair looks like hair. And then I'm going to use the same color for Sully. His hair is a little more blonde, so I mixed just a little bit more cadmium yellow in, maybe a touch of white. And again, just doing brush marks, dots and dabs. That's all you need to do. Don't overthink it. I'm going to come back in with a slightly darker burnt umber and just add a little bit more color to Chris's beard and to the front of his hair. And a few dots of dark blonde on the side of my head. That's it for the skin and hair. Let's move on and put a little bit of color on the clothing. So I'm mixing up a pastel blue. This is ultramarine with white, and that's the color I'm going to use for Sully's t-shirt. With the addition of the t-shirt color, since you're just doing kind of a swath of color across the shoulders, you want it to be very perfectly imperfect. You can kind of blend it out with a little water, maybe do a little wet into wet as I've done there. You want it to kind of look a little messy, so leave some negative space. You could try doing a little bloom. It should look like you kind of just splash the color on there. I'm also going to mix a nice light gray. This is white with a hint of Payne's gray, hint of magenta to warm it up. And that's what I'm going to use for my blouse. So this is a white blouse. You can see I've kind of given myself a lacy little Peter Pan collar. And all I want to do is add gray kind of under the collar, maybe in the armpit. A few little gray brush strokes will look like creases on the white shirt. But we need to leave lots of shirt white so that it doesn't look like a gray t-shirt in the end. I'm just adding a drop of watercolor to Sully's blue shirt. That's called a bloom. You add a drop of water into your wet pigment, and then I lift it a little, and it just creates like a messy spot. So that's the type of stuff we're talking about as I say, make it kind of look messy and free. I think that adds to the spirit of these doodle portraits, that everything is just kind of loose. And you can see with the baby swaddle, I left lots of negative space. Same thing with Chris's t-shirt, just a few gray brush marks. We're boring. We're wearing like white and gray. I'm going to darken up some of the this shading on the skin. Like you can always go a little darker under the chin, at the tops of the arms, that kind of thing. And there we go. That is it for the watercolor portion of this. So you get your sketch, then you go over it in pen. You've basically created a coloring book image. You throw a little bit of water, a splash of watercolor on there. And then if you want to, you can come in with yet another artistic medium, either colored pencil or brush pen marker, and you can add just a few more details and a little more color. So I'm giving everyone rosy cheeks. Of course, that could have been done with a little bit of pink paint. I'm going to give myself a nice rosy lip. And then I love the way colored pencils look for adding detail and pattern on the clothing. Here you can see me doing just like cute little hearts on the swaddle. Pencil crayons, colored pencils are also great for adding a bit of shading. So if you wanted to add a little extra blue in Sully's, in the armpit of the shirt, something like that. A little bit of scribble shading on the hair helps to add color, but also texture and help it look more like hair, for lack of a better way of saying that. So I'm taking a dark yellow or light brown and just kind of scribbling on my hair. Took a nice chocolate brown and added to Chris's beard, gives it a little more texture. I'm going to put some stripes on his shirt, but I will forewarn you, then I was like, he kind of looks like Where's Waldo? So then I erased the stripes. It's fine. And because I couldn't totally erase them, I just went in with a little bit of pink. But he looks good in pink, and I like the way that ties the baby and Chris together. And we've got some nice color harmony going on here. I'll do a little bit of shading on Sully's shirt, and I think we're looking pretty good. If you want to see more variations on this style of drawing, go check out my e-course. Use the code on the screen to save. It's on sale right now. I will be taking in mat leave, so I want to leave you with some fun content to enjoy. Also, during my mat leave, there are going to be no videos on YouTube for 3 or 4 weeks. Yeah, it's not very long, but there will be videos on Patreon every Friday, so go sign up if you've been thinking about it. It's a great way to support my brand and continue to enjoy that weekly content that I know you love. Also, I have a book out this fall. Yes, there's so much good stuff going on lately, and pre-orders are now open. Pre-orders are so important to the success of the overall publication, so I would just love if you would order your copy today. Thank you, friends, for being here. I won't keep talking. Hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you soon with a new tutorial. Bye.